Came to Scotland and rehearsed with us. So that was it. We started to put together a band and recorded the first Wings record.
But I'm still just Paul McCartney. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just still some fellow who wants to just sort of play and sing and have a good time and that. So I'm going to make sure I can do it.
Wasn't Mum quite heavily pregnant with Stella during those recordings?
Yeah.
So that sort of whole family thing intertwining throughout. So it's like, right, we're starting a band, we'll do an album. And Mum's like, out here.
If she'd have wanted to stop, I think we would have just sort of said, yeah, OK. It just didn't come up, really. There was some complications with Stella. With you, it had been very easy, birth and everything. With Stella, it was such a touch-and-go thing. It was a little bit of a drama. And so when the baby came along, I think I'd been rather thankful for the whole thing. And I was imagining, I seem to remember one day sort of imagining sort of angels' wings and things like that. And I thought, wow, that's a nice image. Wings. That's how it came about. In King's College Hospital.
In November, Paul and Linda held a launching party in London to introduce their group Wings and the LP Wings Wildlife.
You had a big reception, didn't you?
Well, actually, we had a ball. We had a big dance, actually, so as we could get an evening out as well, you see.
Do you often have evenings out?
Yes, you know, we got the pictures and that, but we don't often go to a dance.
Out of the way now.
So you had your own dance?
So we had our own dance, yes, down in London there. And we invited a lot of people, and we just danced all night. It was a good do.
Really, at the moment, what we're going to do, you see, I decided we've got to take the first step and just rehearse the group. We've been doing this a week or so now. And it's already getting much better, I think, you know, it's because we're beginning to play a bit tighter and a bit better. At the moment, we've got a young guitarist called Henry playing with us. And, you know, there's nothing really sort of set yet, but he might come in.
You've recorded Wings Wildlife, released that, had a party, launched the band.
Yeah.
And now it's like rehearsing to go out on the road.
Yeah, we tried to learn up all our stuff, tried to get the band together, you know, really get to feel like that. Some of the people we were using as roadies happened to know this guy called Henry. Who'd been in Joe Cocker's Grease band. So they said, he's really good, you know, so he showed up to a rehearsal and we got on well. So he became the guitar player. Mum on keyboard, me on bass. That became the first sort of lineup of Wings.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The idea of just working with complete strangers always used to terrify me, the idea of you're sitting there and you look to one side, you go, what the hell's that? You go over here, my God, you shock yourself, what the hell am I thinking?
Wanted me to be in a band with him. I didn't really want to be in a band. And I said, I don't play anything, and I love music, but I'm a photographer. He said, well, here's middle C, you can play keyboard.
I think she suddenly realised, God, what have I got myself into here? Suddenly being in this band with Paul McCartney, you know, crazy.
Because that's what I would imagine, because from knowing her, she would sort of say yes to something because she's enthusiastic, because she liked music, and then like the reality of what she was doing probably sunk in as like, am I kidding? Like,
well, you know, that was part of the thrill of Wings. It was like a bit like getting on a tightrope, you know.
We've rehearsed, though. We could play live. We could easily play live.
We're going back to square one, so we won't book a big tour, we won't even book hotels. We'll just go in a van with the band, the kids, the dogs. We'll all just take off up the motorway and we'll find somewhere to play.
We're used to it, actually, because we travel around a lot with the kids and the dogs.
For instance, today when we leave here, we'll just get in the van and we'll pick up a map.
We didn't tell the press. We just went off on this secret tour. We drove north up the M1 until we got near Nottingham, a place called Ashby de la Zouche. We said, that sounds pretty good. Let's see if there's a university around here and ask some students if they want us to play for them at all. The nearest university was Nottingham University. Our roadie went out and he said, hey, we've got Paul McCartney in the band. Do you want him to play for you tonight? The head of the Students' Union was confused and dazed, but he took one look at me. He said, oh, yeah, all right. So that was what we did. The first gig on our university tour.
And we've been doing that ever since. We've been to York, Hull, Newcastle, Sheffield last night. It was just great.
We were at Newcastle City Hall. We'd like to do something like wildlife. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Just silence. I looked around, and Linda's going, it's like, I've forgotten the chords. So I go over, I walk over, and then I go, and I can't remember the bloody things. I'm going, well, this time the audience is rolling. They're loving it. And then suddenly she remembered it. 1, 2, 3, down. We went into it. The heart was beating fast. We had quite a few moments like that. The tour was full of sheer panic, but it meant that there was a good camaraderie, and it was building the relationships between all the people in the band, and ready for our next step, which was Europe.
We were on holiday, you know, and we were trying to sort of get healthy before a tour, because you think, oh God, it's really going to take it out of you. But we suddenly thought, you know, if we're going to be in Europe in the summer, you know, going to places like south of France, you know, it's just silly to just be in some little box all day, gasping for air and stuff. So we came with this idea to have an open deck, you know, upper deck kind of thing. We've got some mattresses up there, you know, so we can just cruise along. Fantastic. Just great, just lie around, you know, just to get the sun, you see. Keep healthy, man, on tour. Can't be bad.
Van harte welkom voor de 4e maal alweer in Nederland. From England, Wings!
At the moment we're doing a European thing to sort of play the band in. It's a very new band, you know. And if you go and play sort of Britain or America with a very new band, you're really on the spot, you know. You've got to be red hot. And it takes a little time for a band to get red hot. You know, it's a question of, it's almost like living together for a little while, bouncing off each other and stuff. You know, this is what we're learning to do on this tour. At the expense, I suppose, of the Europeans.
Do you find it a great strain working, you know, with someone like Paul? I know it's your husband, but...
Easy. Really, I find it very easy. Totally, you know, I'm just still learning. But it's fun, it's like life, you know, it's just another thing in life.
People would say, you know, what's he doing with his old lady up there, you know?
Quite a gutsy thing to do, really, because she didn't have the experience that you had.
It was a very gutsy thing to do. She had courage to do it. Once or twice we thought, oh my God, what have we bitten off?
I was nervous first half, definitely. We had no sound check, no rehearsal, no nothing. We had to go on cold, you know. So I had to warm up a bit. We were very hot second half.
As he left the court, McCartney, who'd been given 2 weeks to pay the fine, said, "The judge is a great guy."
McCartney's counsel admitted he had knowingly grown the plants, but had not known what they were.
The cannabis seeds had been planted at his farm about 4 miles from here. It was said that those seeds had been sent to you. How did you come to grow them?
Yeah, well, we got a load of seeds, you know, kind of in the post, and we didn't know what they were, you know, we kind of planted them all, and 5 of them came up illegal.
Now, of course, this conviction might affect your entry to the States, where you have considerable business interests there.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, I understand I might not get stopped from going into the States because it's a technical offence. I hope not, anyway.